And remember,
you're crazy for the taste of fruitsy yogurt.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Avocast Studios. I'm your host, Sir Stormchild. Today, I'm not going to talk about the entire movie. I'm just going to talk about one specific part near the end. Hold on. Near the end. I think it's a brilliant movie. You don't have to actually know anything except for like maybe English. Mr. Bean doesn't really talk. He's basically not chaos incarnate, but he's coincidence and serendipity and everything all together. He has a mouse with a cookie kind of mentality. He's like, I need to get to this one thing. I want to go here and I'm going to get there. Even if like this thing takes me to the left, I got to go left to get this thing so I can get back here to get this thing. You know, he's that kind of character. He's also a very selfish ass most of the time. He doesn't do it out of like directly being mean unless the person's being mean to him first. It's usually out of just like him just being childish. So in this movie, he accidentally kidnaps a kid. Well, they think he kidnaps a kid. He just like pisses off the dad, and like the dad misses his train, and like there's a whole misunderstanding because the kid and the dad speak German, and Bean speaks barely English. So Mr. Bean wins a raffle to go to Cannes. And he just wants to go to the beach. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't care about the film festival or anything like that. But he does have a camera with him because, you know, he's going on vacation. He needs to record things. The camera element in the movie doesn't feel contrived. It's actually, because it's Mr. Bean, everything is meticulous. 5 different components. You have Mr. Bean, you have this actress, you have the director played by Willem Dafoe, you got this kid who Bean accidentally kidnaps. His dad
He stole my son!
No, he didn't!
is a judge at the film festival, which Willem Dafoe's movie is playing at. It's kind of in the background of certain scenes.
You know, it's all really hung on this Bean character.
And also there's a roving band of musicians who keep popping up in the various places that when Mr. Bean isn't technically taking care of the kid because he feels bad, they're the transition. They help the kid out to get him where he needs to go. There's so many great bits in this movie, but again, I only want to talk about the very end of it, where everything kind of culminates into this Cannes Festival, Willem Dafoe's movie that he's putting out there, Playback Time. And it's so boring because it's basically a guy he's lost his girlfriend or something like that. Maybe she died, maybe she left him. And it's all like internal monologue as he's slowly running through like hallways or going up an escalator, and like they're arresting cops and like, what are you going to do, boss? You think we got him? She left me. I wonder why she left me. Who is she with now?
I walk this wilderness alone.
It's that kind of shit. There are certain instances where like, yeah, he does have the same kind of camera, but his movie is very pretentious to where it doesn't show any of that. He's rewatching this thing. So he's talking about the girl, and Mr. Bean, through like dressing up as a woman and getting into the film festival, getting past the guards by drawing a little stupid picture on a thing and then knocking the guard out anyway, locking himself in the room, and then figures out, hey, I didn't kidnap this kid. I need to show them like that I didn't do it. So I'll just play what I've been doing. You just show them like what I've been out there. And then because how movies work, the projector cuts off and like the video footage starts playing, and Willem Dafoe's like, what's going on? This isn't my movie. And he starts freaking out because he's a pretentious director, which we've known.
Where's my explosion? A little tiny explosion.
He's kind of an overall jerk who really doesn't understand like art, although he's trying to create it. All power to you. The audio is still going of the other movie where he's talking about like this lost girl and all this shit. And the only way that it makes sense that the actress is there is because she's supposed to be in this movie that he cuts her out of, and he's proud of doing so. So as a final fuck you to the director who cut her out of this movie, Bean basically throws her back into it and makes her the entire story of like, who is this new guy? Who is this? And like, it's like her falling for Bean's character while he's, you know, doing silly dances and basically being a goofball. And it gets to the very end of the movie and he's just like, oh my God, where's my kid? What's going on? Oh my God. And then like everything just like kind of culminates together and you're like, nice. Can you go to the beach now? And then he does. And he's so happy at the beach. This movie's more like Jason Takes Manhattan. 90% of the time he's on this, transition. He's going from this bit to this bit to this bit to this bit to accidentally running into Nazis. And then somehow it turns into a yogurt commercial that
You're crazy for the taste of fruitsy yogurt.
the director is using the same girl that he used in the movie that he cut out, that he's so proud of, that he gets to go watch then. And then, like, he's mad at him. And then by the end of the movie, they're all on the beach, and Willem Dafoe's just basically acting like he came up with the shit and just watching Bean do what he does and like zooming in and playing with the camera and doing all the annoying things I used to do with cameras. Like, ooh, there's a zoom button. I like this. I wasn't allowed to hold the camera as a kid. I really like how that movie wraps up in that certain moment. It's like, yeah, he's going around, he's like filming himself or whatnot. Like, how's this gonna play off? Like, how Chekhov is this gun? You know what I'm saying? And when it does, it makes sense. The editing in this movie is fucking top notch. It is very punchy, is very funny. You're not gonna like, oh, there's a meaty substance or like something you're gonna chew on. It's not like, like Cinema Paradiso or something like that.
Is there anything good about fog? The answer is no.
Spoiler alert, I don't have that clip to where like the movie is cut together and like it does have that kind of element to it to where like at the end you're like, oh my god, this love scenes that were cut out of these movies are all kind of pieced together in this, like, the end of the movie. Brilliant movie, go watch it. The previous Bean had a better story. The Bean movie had a better story because like it was like, I think it was Whistler's, he was in charge of protecting Whistler's mother, then he sneezes on it and tries to wipe it off, but he ends up using paint thinner to wipe it all away, and then they find out that like it was a copy and there's a whole counterfeit ring going on. Okay, so that is not what happened at all. He does recreate Whistler's mother at the end, basically creating a counterfeit, but that's only just like save Peter McNichol's job. But you gotta give him like, some leeway. He used to be in the service of a giant dude who was trapped in a painting and then got all gooey. It's Vigo. I don't have that clip either. I like the plot that I came up with though. I really like this movie, and I think that it speaks for itself. It's better than Johnny English if you're not into that kind of comedy. Like, it's still that kind of like spot on beat for beat, but it's less corny, but also like he's a big goofball. It has there's certain original Bean charm, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
On est déjà là?
That's all. That's my entire thoughts on the movie. 10 out of 10. What do you want from me? But thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. And if I have anything else to say, it'll be intercut with everything else that I do here. Please be safe out there. And I'll see you beautiful, beautiful people in the next one. All right? Later.